A great Saturday morning. It is a crazy Saturday morning. I am 1 minute late. Is it? No, 2 minutes late. It's kind of crazy. It was one of those rush type of mornings. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It was a rush morning because I actually have a lot of work to do today, which is kind of interesting because I tend not to have too much work for Saturdays. I mean, except if I have some weddings, and I do have a wedding today. It will be, I think, the last wedding I do this month, which is a good thing. I have a wedding at 3 p.m. Today at the office, which should be an interesting wedding. Uh, I almost had another wedding yesterday, but I think I calendared it, calendared it, calendared it. Lo puse en la agenda dos veces. Como que we were supposed to have it yesterday, but what happened is I think that they called me afterwards and said, no, we want to move it to August 14th. And I made the change. I just didn't erase the old date. That happens. Good morning. Good morning, Alina. Good morning. And then I had another wedding at 5:30. It was supposed to be a major event. And I mean, they contacted me like a month ago, and I said, sure, I'll write it in. And it was supposed to be a ceremony. I won't give out the names out of privacy matters, but they said, yeah, it's going to be on the 30th. I said, fine, I'm available. I put it in there, and I guess it's a good thing to get. I didn't turn away anyone because of that date. And let me say, one of the things that you have to do when you're scheduling weddings or different appointments, what I do is, guys, break down with the cash at least 7 days before the event, and I do that because what happens is, like, let's say yesterday, no, let's say today I have a 3 o'clock wedding that's already paid for. So look, guys, I'm going to be ready at 3 o'clock, and if they come at 3 o'clock, it's great. If they don't come at 3 o'clock, I've already been paid. So, and I don't mean to sound like a gotcha thing, but what happens, folks? Let's say folks say, you know what, I want a wedding at 3 o'clock on Saturday, and I said, sure, but we'll pay then on Saturday, and I go like, okay, and let's say I put the names in there, and I have that time slot out because someone asked me to reserve it for them. Well, what happens if Saturday at 3 o'clock comes and they don't show up? But in the meanwhile, I had somebody else say, "Hey, we're wanting to have a wedding on Saturday at 3 o'clock," and I'm going like, "I already got someone on my calendar." So I miss out on that wedding because I'm waiting for the wedding on Saturday at 3 o'clock. That ultimately, let's say, does not show up. So I've lost twice. And let's say another person wants a wedding at 3 o'clock on Saturday. I've lost 3 times because they're opportunities. And let me say that with weddings, it's like everything else in life and business. Guys, opportunities don't come as continuously as we'd like them to. They don't. So you have to take advantage of the moment. And that's one of the things. And I'll say this, guys, because again, I'm very transparent. Guys, I am probably at the peak of my popularity. I'm probably more popular now than when I was a board member. Is that crazy? And I think that's where a lot of people they lose it because they think, how the hell is Erasmo even relevant? How the hell is Erasmo even popular when he has lost so many races, campaigns. And it's not losing the campaign, it's the fight that Erasmo puts behind a campaign. And I think that that's something that a lot of folk respect. And a lot of students respect. A lot of students ask me a bunch of questions because they feel that Erasmo is approachable, that Erasmo will always do his best to tell them the truth. So again, I truly believe that I am at the height of my popularity, probably here. So gotta milk it, baby. Gotta milk it as much as possible in regards to business, guys. And look, these are doors that you open for yourself, and that's why I'm offering the service of marrying folk. And you know the difference, because I know that now that more people are doing weddings. The difference, folks, I think that there's a notary out there who got a universal California based thing. Guys, that's a cada quien lo suyo. It's just abarateando, making weddings cheap, you know? And what can they say? Thank you, Cat. What can these people say? They don't have the pastoral background. They have no studies. They have no concept or no clue. They're reading something they printed out online, offline. They're reading something from offline. They print out something online. And again, I'm not dissing folks. More power to these people, to these notaries and all these other people that are out there trying to oh, now we're doing weddings too. More power to them. God bless you. For the people that are getting married, I mean, what do you want? Do you want a barato wedding, or a cheap wedding, or do you want someone that's actually going to say something meaningful, something lived, something experienced, something nice? And I do a great job. I love weddings. And you could ask anyone that where I've officiated a wedding, they've said it comes from the heart, and it does, guys. My preachings most of the time come from my heart, and I say most of the times because I don't always get it right. I tell folks like when tomorrow I need to prepare for my sermon tomorrow. I've already started it. I just got to fine tune a lot of things. But even for my sermons, I mean, they're not all home runs. It's like these shows. Most of them are amazing. But every so often, guys, I'm just not feeling it, And I think that y'all have been here long enough that y'all can tell when I'm not in the game. When I'm just going like, and I'm struggling to find something to say. Again, guys, I apologize for those, but it's just a matter of fact. They're not all going to be home runs. Sometimes you'll have a triple, sometimes you'll have a double. Sometimes, guys, you'll have a single, which is good. Okay. And sometimes you'll strike out or hit a little butt. And it's the same thing with church as well, guys. In church, sometimes I'll come up with an amazing sermon, and I'm going like, man, that was good. And then sometimes I'll come up with like, bájate del púlpito, get down, bro. And I sense it when I start to sweat. If I'm at the pulpit, or I'm in front of a classroom or in front of a group, and I lose track of what to say, or I don't get into the moment, I start to sweat. And that's when I know, sit down. That's why what I try to do, I try to write everything down in regards to my sermons and have them ready. So worst case scenario, I'll just finish reading it off and sit my butt down, my beautiful butt down. It's not so in weddings. In weddings, it's just like, it's amazing. I really do a great job at officiating weddings. I am the best wedding officiant in Brownsville, guys. The greatest wedding officiant in Brownsville. It's just truth. and I'm handsome and totally not fat. So I'm awesome for pictures. I saw some of the other people that marry folks. They look horrible. I don't care if they're wearing a robe. I don't care if they're wearing a tutu. And those fails. The only good-looking wedding officiant in the city of Brownsville is Erasmo Castro, guys. And at the end of the day, the wedding thing is just a picture moment. You know, it's just a picture moment. Now, in our day and age, in our day and age, it's all about the picture moment. So, if you're wanting to get married, si se quieren casar, ¿para qué quieren a un ministro, a un oficiante con su titulito de California de una iglesia universal? ¿Para qué quieres tomarte una foto con alguien que está bien feo? Cuando tienes la opción de tomarte la foto con alguien súper guapo como Erasmo. But because I am at that height of my popularity in the city of Brownsville, I milk it in regards to the weddings. But it's like a milk situation because I am offering an amazing service. So it's a win-win. And I like the cases where things are win-win. It's got to be a win-win for folks, guys. Win-win. You win, I win, we all go home happy. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So what I've decided to do, good morning, what I've decided to do on the Saturday shows is try to do a recap of everything that went on in the week as much as humanly possible, and then try to pinpoint a lot of the different things that we didn't necessarily get to touch about during the week, or maybe elaborate a little bit more on some things. Good morning, good morning. Remember that the show must go on. Preach, brother. Good morning, El Gallo de Joe Valdez. Thank you so much, Kat. Woo! Woo! Thank you so much. Love you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Tommy, good morning, good morning. Learning to lose makes you learn to win so much more. Perseverance is the name of the game. Con la frente en alto siempre. I agree. One of the things that I think a lot of folk don't take into account, guys. I do my best to live by this mantra. No matter what, always win. No matter what, no matter the outcome, no matter what, always win. And what I mean by that is what Gracie is saying. Learn from the situation, take knowledge, and you've won. And I make mention of this because when I first ran for mayor of the city of Brownsville, it was like 6 years ago, guys. I think it was 6 years ago. When I ran for the mayor of the city of Brownsville, guys, let me say it again. I had no clue, no idea what the hell I was doing. No clue whatsoever. Had no concept of what was going on. I didn't know where to buy signs. I didn't know how to put up signs. I didn't know about push cards. I didn't know about anything. And I'm very, very proud of a lot of the people that stood with me during that campaign. We actually did maybe a day of block walking, and I figured out it wasn't my thing. And I didn't want to put people through that. And then folks say, well, that's what you have to do. It's not my thing, guys. I don't like people knocking on my damn door. And that's another thing that they told me when I was going to run. They say, Erasmo, when you go to a restaurant, you have to walk in and go to every table and let them know, my name is Erasmo Castro. I'm running for whatever. And I tried to do that one time, and I said, ain't doing this. I'm not doing it. And the reason is I do not like political folk coming onto my table when I'm eating. I'm eating. I don't want to hear your spiel. Now it's different if you get invited. Hey, ven, no ven, pasa por la mesa, or they'll give you that. You know how they give you that? Hey, you know that? Hey, in Mexican, that's hey, ven para acá. Hey, have you seen that, right? Hey, hey, Erasmo. That's the hey, come over here. That's the gancho, guys. Once they do that, entonces I'm off to the table, and I'm out there, doing my best to try and figure out who these people are, and trying to figure out what type of conversation we're going to have. Usually, most folks realize that I don't know who they are. Most folks. Some folks have like this sense, like I know Erasmo. He's got to know me because that's what social media does. It gives you that platform to whereas my eyes look so good this morning, right? Con que no tengo bolsitas abajo de ellos. I look rested. Um, Social media does that. It gives you that. Yo lo conozco. And again, it's 100 and no 250,000 people in the city of Brownsville may know Erasmo Castro. Guys, it's going to be harder for Erasmo Castro to know 250,000 people. But with that said, if you're a constant in my life, and by that I mean if you come by the office to visit, like my personal baker who bakes me goods. I love Joe. Um, you know, then it's like we know each other. But people were saying, "Oh, you have to go to the tables and say hi to everyone." I go like, I hate when they do that to me. Why am I going to do it to somebody else? I don't like calling people. I don't like doing that kind of stuff because it's not me. It doesn't go with my personality. You know, it might. And I was talking about a state representative, actually, probably both state representatives, but one in particular is that when you talk to them, it's just like a fake conversation. How could people eat that up? You know, it's like every single time I'm speaking, and both state representatives are friends of mine, but sometimes they tend to be a little bit too on the political side. You can't have like a let's have a conversation type of thing because once they open their mouth, their body language is fake, fake, fake. We don't need fake. We don't deserve fake. So that's why I will never do in a political campaign or anything else, anything that I do not like being done to me. Good morning. Gummies are on of the best. Are of the best. CBD gummies are amazing. I took. I think that's what helped me out because my. Let me tell you, my eyes look amazing. They don't look like if I'm tired at all, and I did sleep well. I didn't have much of a breakfast though. I had half a, 3/4 of a biscuit of a jalapeno cheddar biscuit at Whataburger on Alton Glore. And I do want to say, my people, my Whataburger at Alton Glore, amazing work, guys. Great, great work. And I had a conversation with some managers there, and I said, "Hey, guys, as the I said, it's always great here." And they say, "Well, we're glad that you're okay with us here." I said, I'm okay with most everyone except the Whataburger on International dirty. And I wasn't so much upset that it was a couple trash on the floor and on some of the tables. I wasn't that upset. What really upset me was that there was managers, people in the gray shirts, the white shirts, the colored shirts, sitting in the dining room. That's what really got my goat. How are you a manager of this place and you're sitting in the middle of the filth and you're not getting anyone to come and clean this crap? It's not the Whataburger that I remember, not at the least. You should do funerals. You'd kill them. Oh no, wait, they're dead. I actually do. I actually do. I actually do. I actually do funerals. Guys, I'm pretty good at funerals. Funerals are a little bit more difficult for me, but I've done funerals for children, for elderly, uh, middle-aged folks. I do funerals. It's just so hard to charge for funerals, but I do funerals. And anyone that is ever needing some words, some singing, something at funerals, let me know. I actually should advertise that. Funeral officiant. I've done quinceañeras. That's just going out and giving a blessing. I could actually do that really well. Maybe I should start advertising that more. Be a little bit different. I'm actually going to look into that today, Richard. But I have done funerals. It's just so hard to charge people for funerals. I saw your comment, Big Daddy, so I'm trying to look at see if I have a ponytail. Good morning, Armando, Mama, and good morning. When people first see your show, it's like the scene from The Matrix, blue pill or the red pill. Some people choose the blue pill because they either can't handle or don't want to know the truth. I see that. This is a perfect comment in regards to what I feel as well, Guido. I'm going to say that there's a lot more people watching the show than the 61 that are out there that is showing out here. There's only 20 on YouTube and only 8 thumbs up. Thumb it up, guys. But there's more people that watch the show, and I understand, guys. But I think even the red pill people, even the red pill people, the blue pill people, even the blue pill people, they'll still watch. They'll hate, but it's like it feeds the reason to hate. Like, oh yeah, you heard it. He said transvestite, or oh, he's talking about the mayor again. But they're watching. And my hope, guys, is always that they're listening, and that slowly it starts to sink in. Because, guys, I don't have more proof than what you can see with your eyes, hear with your ears, taste with your tongue, and feel with your hands. It's palpable, guys. The corruption here in the city of Brownsville, in Cameron County, is palpable. I mean, you can't miss it. And I'm still anxiously waiting for individuals to say, show me, prove to me. Because it just doesn't make sense. But guys, I'm going to say this again. It just doesn't make sense. And for individuals, para la raza aquí en la ciudad de Bronzeville, si ustedes creen que no se los está fregando el alcalde, la comisión o el juez del condado y la comisión del condado, entonces de veras que están bien ciegos. Y les voy a dar un ejemplo. Lo voy a decir en español porque ya constantemente lo he dicho en inglés. Hace 7, 8 años, aquí estaban, let me take this down. Aquí estaba el costo de las utilidades, el costo de luz. En esos 8 años, brincaron, incrementaron a este nivel, aquí, de aquí a aquí. Y la razón que brincó de aquí a acá es de que iban a traer una planta de energía llamada Tenasca, que usted y yo pagamos por el incremento de las utilidades de luz. Estamos hablando de los últimos 7, 8 años. Nosotros tenemos los réditos más altos que ningún otro. Están aquí. ¿Qué pasa? El Tenasca, ya no existe. Entonces, uno esperaba que los réditos de luz al igual iban a bajar. No, iban a bajar. O sea, porque lo que estaba aquí, Tenasca, ya no estaba. So, cualquiera pensaba que los réditos de las utilidades de su luz bajarían. Pero no, siguieron aquí. Porque cuando ellos te suben el impuesto, ni de chiste te lo quieren bajar. Ni modo, vamos a decir que te valga, Erasmo. Vamos a decir que aquí están los réditos. Pasa la helada de febrero y después aprendemos de que se están haciendo un edificio nuevo, que los 3 chavos de arriba están ganando $1,000,000. Y en estos últimos meses incrementa la luz hasta acá. Y les hablo, digo, hey, ¿qué está pasando? Dice, es que es el verano. Se está usando más electricidad. No, no, no. No malentiendan. Los réditos no debieran de haber estado aquí. Debiesen de haber estado acá abajo. So, si va a haber este incremento que hubo de aquí a aquí, entonces hubieran empezado de acá abajo. So, por lo cual, nos están fregando con los réditos de luz. Pero la raza, que te valga, que te valga. No, que no te valga. Que no te valga. Had the pandemic not hit, I would probably never seen your show. Once I saw the first show where you said all the things I wanted to say, I was hooked. And I think that this happens a lot. I think this happens a lot. A lot of folk, go like, what is this guy screaming about? And once they start listening, they go like, that makes sense. Pues sí. And that's how a lot of folk have opted to stay. Because, guys, I say what's on the mind of a lot of people here in the city of Brownsville, but a lot of people in the city of Brownsville can't say it because of their employment or their commitment. Guys, I've had professors from the universities, guys, who are silenced. That's crazy. Professors from universities that are silenced can't say anything because they're professors at the university. That's unfortunate, but it happens. It looks as though you had a ponytail. I don't think I've ever had a ponytail. No más que a veces se me hace un gallito ahí atrás. No sé por qué es, no, batallo para peinarme a veces atrás. Y muchas de las veces yo creo que cuando me subo al carro, le pego a la top part of the door. Es que tengo un carrito chiquito y creo que me despeina atrás. I think, I don't know. If the guy who created Dulceton for the Southwest community couldn't even get people to back him up, I don't know what it takes to get people out to vote. Yeah. And I don't know either. But I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to be out here every day, every way. I'm not giving up on you. And I pray that you don't give up on me. Look, guys, we don't always have to agree. I think Snoopy said it best the other day. Why are you attacking me? I say, I'm not attacking you. I'm disagreeing with you. There's a difference. And guys, I fight with a lot of people here. Doesn't mean that I hate you guys. I fight with Rodney. Rodney Brown. We were talking about Rodney Brown last night. I fight with Rodney Brown. There's a lot of things that he says I don't agree with. I love Rodney Brown. I love his family. Been to their home many times for meals, to play board games. Have a great relationship. We don't agree on everything. We don't have to, guys. This is America. I got into a fight with Mike Pineapple. We had a discussion. Guys, I love Mike Pineapple. He knows that. I love him. We don't have to always agree, guys. We could fight today, and tomorrow we could go back and have a cup of coffee. It's called being an adult. There's bigger fish to fry than you and me getting into an argument, than you and I disagreeing on some things. It's that simple. But I will never call you out in public. I will always do my best to private let you know, guys. You know, but when attacked, you better believe. And I'm going to stick to my mantra, guys. If anyone hits you, you better hit them back 10 times harder. Don't grin and bear it. Our community doesn't need individuals that grin and bear it. If someone, look, be a peacemaker. La paz. Por lo que esté en vosotros, estar en paz con todos. Por lo que está de vosotros. O sea, if it's up to you, be in peace with everyone. But if people want war, give them a holy war that they'll never forget. It's that simple. If someone slaps you, you slap them back 10 times harder. Para que aprendan. It's a lesson, guys. And I tell my students the same thing. If someone kicks you, you better kick them back 10 times harder. Let them learn. Don't mess with you. Because it's stupid, guys. It's stupid. Personas, you're meek, you're humble and modest like me. Y como que la gente a fuerza te quiere buscar. Y es la gente que más quieren buscar. A la gente pasiva, calmada. Algo que yo aprendí hace mucho tiempo. Ten cuidado con los calladitos. Ten cuidado con los calladitos. Porque los calladitos parece que no quiebran un plato. Those guys got nothing to lose, guys. I'm talking hood here. Those guys got nothing to lose. Those guys will mess you up. Yo no me preocupo por los hocicones. Los hocicones caen. Los calladitos. Those are the ones you got to watch out for. I told you I was raised down south most. Inbox me the photo of CBD gummies. Thanks. I'll take. Remind me. Send me an inbox. Remind me later on because I have them at home. Let me tell you, the CBD gummies I had last night are amazing. They're the circle ones. I'll send you a picture. Just remind me because I have them at home. I tried some new infused mega ones. Those knock me on my butt. So I still take them though. But I don't take them in unison with anything else. So those really kick my butt. But remind me, send me an inbox and I'll make sure I'll take a picture when I get home. Yeah, Whataburger International is pathetic. It's bad. It's bad. And they need Annalie to go out there and go slap them around. I'm actually going to contact Annalie this week, maybe. I saw her at a funeral from a mutual friend of ours. And I love Annalie. She knows. And I said we got to get together and do lunch. And I haven't contacted her, but I will, Annalie. I'll contact you maybe this week before I leave to Colombia. But if not, for sure, I'll contact you afterwards. Do you feel BIT prepares students for higher paying jobs? No, absolutely not. And Eddie, I'll give you an example. We've got to start teaching students things that actually are going to be important in their lives. We focus so much on this algebra, calculus, and geometry crap, stuff that most of us have never even used. Maybe we have, but we just haven't realized it, right? But we focus so much on things, on subject matters, on getting the letter grade, the GPA, that we neglect to teach the things that are truly important, Eddie. And look, I'll share some examples, and I know y'all have a lot of them. When I left high school, dropped out in 11th grade. When I left high school, guys, I didn't know who the mayor was. I didn't know what form of government Brownsville had. Had no clue or concept. Wasn't important to me. Didn't care to vote. Didn't vote. I didn't vote till Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan's amazing. But anyway, guys, can you imagine if we started teaching, Eddie, at the high school level how to do your tax returns, how to balance a checkbook, what is investing in the stock market, how does the Treasury Department actually work? Can you imagine if we would have taught that, how to mortgage a home, stuff that actually matters? We don't. And what happens, Eddie, to a lot of our kids, then they'll go up north and it's a culture shock. It's a culture shock. And I don't know if other districts, other schools are preparing their students for the real world out there, but we've got to start teaching them things that actually matter. BISD is not preparing our students. And the reason, Eddie, is because they're so focused on pocketing the money that should be going to the students, to the extracurricular activities, to take them to the museums in San Antonio, Austin, Houston, Dallas, to take them to the different concerts, to TMEA, to chess tournaments, things that are actually going to embed our students with a culture that they have not, will not, and could not receive by staying here locally. Guys, yo le digo a todos los students, sálganse del rancho. You've got to get out of Brownsville. And not permanently, guys. I want people to go backpack through Europe. Remember? Backpack through Europe. Again, and folks, cada quien lo suyo. Guys, stop spending so much money on damn quinceañeras. Unless you're going to hire me to speak at one. Then spend away, baby. But guys, stop spending money on quinceañeras. It's a waste. You're pissing away money. Have you thought of that? You're pissing away. You know that some people spend $15,000, $20,000 on a damn quinceañera? That's crazy, folks. And the only thing that you're doing is making other individuals want to compete even more. Guys, $15,000, $20,000 could be a down payment for a home, a college education. But you know what? Save that money. Save those $15,000 for your kid. As soon as they graduate, as a graduation present, send them to Europe. Go backpack through Europe, mijo, mija. Wouldn't that be more far-reaching than a quinceañera, a night event, where then everyone leaves and complains about the damn food, complains about the bailes? It's just not my thing. The wedding's the same thing, guys. The only thing you should be spending on for a wedding is the amount of money you're going to pay Erasmo Castro. It's the only thing. But having extravagant weddings is crazy. Again, down payment to a house, down payment to a boat. You could buy a car with $20,000. If you want a cheesy funeral, call it Erasmo. I actually do really well in funerals. My friend is kind of funny. I love Lucy Gomez. Lucy is my buddy, my great friend. Lucy's son died, Jose, and I think a lot of people knew him. He was very active in my campaigns. Jose Gomez passed away, and the funeral was right here at Delta. So me arranqué, and I didn't know that Delta closed at 5 o'clock. So I got there like at 4:45 or something like that, and I get there, and I'm saying hi, 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 hi. What was that? Oh. And I get to Lucy, and I give her a big hug, and Lucy, love you. That's there. If there's anything I could do, she says, "You're going to speak." And I'm going like, "I am." She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Today?" And she said, "Yeah." We're like, "Okay." So I said, "Now?" She said, "Yeah, we only got 15 minutes." We're like, "Okay." And after saying hi to her, I go straight to the pulpit, get the microphone on, and I give my message at the funeral. And in Joe's case, it was easy because I know Lucy and I know Joe. But guys, I could speak at a funeral on the fly because I am, unlike all these new wedding officiants, notary publics, I'm actually in the game. I know what I'm going to say. I have the verbiage, and I could preach an amazing sermon on the fly. I went to a quinceañera. It was a very simple quinceañera, and very simple quinceañera for one of our church members, who's right now no longer at our church. But they said, when? Because I got invited and ate, and I was ready to leave. They say, "You can't leave. You have to say some words." And I'm going like, "Okay, sure." And I go straight for the microphone, go do my spiel. I'm good on the fly, but I'm good at the fly because I am in the game. Unlike, again, a lot of the people that come up everywhere. So, guys, if anyone needs a funeral, I can help. So, are you going to join the group Bradshaws are going to start? Is that a third political party? Rather interesting. Uh, I have not spoken with Jonathan or Jessica. I don't know about a third group, political party. If you know me, and I've said this before, and I'll say this again, I don't care for either parties. I don't know why I would care for a third party. Does that make sense? I don't care for the Democrats. I don't care for the Republicans. Why would I care for another party? So, look, guys, we've got 2 3 party system already. What we need to do is figure out how to work together. And that's my concern with the Republican Party here. And I've shared my concern with them directly, and I don't care. They keep on killing themselves. They shoot themselves in the foot because there's so much infighting amongst them. It's ridiculous, guys. It's ridiculous. The Democratic Party here, they sit on their laurels. They don't care. They control the corrupt political machine, the vote harvesting, the raterio. But the Republican Party is a piece of crap in that it's not fighting the corrupt political machine. because it spends too much time fighting amongst themselves. That's my concern with the Republican Party. They are part of the problem. They have permitted the corrupt political machine to feel comfortable. And the corrupt political machine here is controlled by the Democratic Party. Simple as that. And again, to me, it's not a Democrat Republican thing. It's just facts, guys. Republicans here are pathetic. The Democrats here are pathetic. What makes me think that adding a third party is going to be any better? No, guys, I don't believe in division. Division is anti-biblical. I believe in unity. And for that, folks, we have two-party system. Unite behind your party platform. And then after an election, unite with the winner, no matter who it is, be it a Democrat, be it a Republican. Unity above all else. But one thing that we've learned at our congregation, at our church, in reference to the divisions, guys, divisionistas are always going to be divisionistas. The people that leave are part of the problem. You don't leave. You stay and fight. Stay and fight to make it right. And if there's personal differences that need to be ironed out, then so be it. All for the greater good. So I don't care for either party. I don't think I would care for a third party. I'm not discounting it because I don't know that they are interested in starting a third political party. I have not had that conversation with them. Yo sí le gano a Trey en una pelea de box whenever he wants to accept the challenge. I'll take that on. We were supposed to do a pay-per-view. Trey, let's do it, bro. Pay-per-view for charity. In this corner, Erasmo Castro. In that corner, Trey Mendez. Trey, let's do it. All proceeds go to the zoo or Camille Playhouse. Trey, have your people call my people. Let's do it. Erasmo en Español. I actually have started a show to do Erasmo en Español. It just gets so complicated. No, stop yelling. I'm watching you at work. Love you, Pat. Corruption has matured back. They involved raw stabs at each other by politicians. One big example, Chef Gus Cross arresting Ray Ramon at Judge Dancy's funeral. This was dirty politics, so close and personal in your face. Not like today, it's on the web, modern day lynchings. Crazy. And we are not here for professional gain. We don't want to give exposure to our businesses. We want to live in a city we deserve. We have so much potential. We have so many resources, and it's saying that our leaders are pissing it all away. Aaron is 100% on point. Guys, we have resources. We have resources that any other city would salivate after. We do. And I've named them countless times. I don't want to name them again. But let me say, folks, these guys continue to pocket the resources that belong to you and me. That's what pisses me off. Good morning, you're right. That's what I tell my grandkids. I want some gummies. I think I'm going to get everyone on gummies. It's funny because I started to see some guys on scooters. And I think that's awesome. It's very, very flattering. I'm a trendsetter. Oh! Good morning, Erasmo. Have a blessed day. You too, Rachel. Love you. And how and not how to grow up and be like. Yes, please don't. Yeah, that'd be a great teaching. Yes, teaching students about taxes, interest rates, credit, importance of voting, city government, money matters as well. More hands-on learning experience. They are most memorable and effective. I agree, 100%. Guys, let's go back to teaching. Buenos dias, Joe, Mama. Let's go back to teaching something that's important. I have to respectfully disagree with your comment about what we teach. I tell the kids that if they plan to work in Walmart, then they can drop out in sixth grade because they won't use what I teach. That's mean. That's gacho, el gallo Joel. And I'm supposed to be the mean one. Uh, from someone who is so horrible at math, myself, no me sirve para nada. And I do taxes. I just don't like this chemistry, algebra, calculus, geometry. I just don't get it. And I don't use it. And I'm okay. I was talking to someone about that. I mean, I have my bachelor's degree and it's a beautiful certificate. Have never used it. Not once. Not a once. Like a wedding in the middle of a blackout. I don't think I've ever had that. I've had people faint on me. It could be a blackout. Well said. I struggled for months to get a good job in Brownsville, but found one within a week in San Antonio. Having been to Europe and traveled across the country, brought through middle school and high school, it provided a bigger picture for myself. I agree with Eddie. And let me say, folks, it gives you a bigger view. O sea, I think a lot of times, Eddie, what happens here, a lot of the rancho mentality is like this tunnel vision. Once you start traveling and seeing culture, uh, different culture, as the it just gives you a wider understanding of how things work throughout the world. Travel. In high school, I had a geology class, and we took a trip to Big Bend. And to this day, I still remember everything I learned about that area. It was a great experience, and I still enjoy geology. This is the type of education that I love. Yes, go out, Big Bend, go out Yellowstone, make trips that are valgan la pena, educational and cultural, because kids need that, guys. Kids need to learn that interaction when they travel. The discipline, formation. It's a well-rounded education, no experience. If they plan to go to college and study to be an engineer, scientist, doctor, or something, that requires knowledge when they need to focus on the subject that interests them. Um, yeah, and I understand that, guys. But one of the things, El Gallo de Valdez, not everyone uh, is going to go out there to study to be a doctor or a scientist or an engineer. And look, guys, I'm not trying to limit individuals' potential, and there's nothing wrong with individuals, wanting to leave school and be a wedding officiant. Just don't do it in Brownsville, because that's my job. There's nothing wrong with an individual wanting to, hey, man, I'm going to be an electrician. I want to be a mechanic. It's an awesome profession, guys. And let me tell you, being a mechanic is an art. It's an art form. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why I love our technical schools. Because, and again, more power. I mean, I have a close friend that is a doctor. I have several friends that are doctors, and more power to them, guys. Not everyone's cut out to be a doctor. Not everyone. So let's say, El Gallo de Valdez, you've got 100 students. Honestly, how many of those 100 students are going to be doctors, scientists, and engineers? And God, please don't, no more lawyers. We got too many lawyers. But I understand what you're saying. When I die, I want you at my funeral, my coffin tray, and vote for Erasmo stickers. You got it. Write that on your will. I do wish kids would learn about car and house loans, taxes, and personal finance. Yes, that would probably help many young people who are starting off. Yeah, and again, I still struggle a little bit, and I'm 32 years old. I still struggle a little bit in regards to understanding like the stock market. You know, I don't necessarily know how it works. Yeah, qué vergüenza para mí. But I've never had enough money to invest in the stock market. But can you imagine if I would have learned that? Uh, well, I didn't have a senior year. Can you imagine if I would have learned that during my senior year? If I had a senior year, that would have been awesome. I would have had a different understanding. And again, stock market isn't for everyone out there. A lot of our students, they're crap sticks, poop sticks. They're poop sticks. A lot of our students out there are poop sticks. And before I get, Erasmo just called students poop sticks. You know it, guys. There's some students out there that are poop sticks that need to be slapped around. And they haven't been slapped around by their parents because they're poop sticks too. And it's those parents that come and say, "Ay, pero si es un angelito." They're in denial. Anyway, those guys, stock market ain't going to do them an ounce of good. It's those individuals that you got to teach other traits to. I remember that when I was in Porter, I took geometry, and let me tell you guys, bad. Back then, I took geometry, and I took first semester geometry, and I got a C, and I said, nope, not going to do it. I am going to not do it. I'm not understanding any of this postulates, theorems, and all this other crap. To this day, I have no idea. So I went to Mr. Trevino, and I loved Mr. Trevino. He was my counselor at Porter. And I said, "Sir, I'm not going to make it, sir. No la voy a hacer. I'm not going to make it." I said, "Erasmo, you've got to see. You're going to be okay." I said, "No, sir. I know myself. Please change me to a different math class." Back then, you had to have 2 years of math in order to graduate. I think now it's 4 years. I'm not sure. 2 years of math to graduate. So he said, "Erasmo, the only class available that I could move you to is remedial math." I said, "I'll take it." He goes, "Erasmo, you really want to go to remedial math from geometry?" I said, "Yes, sir, I do." He says, "Okay." So Mr. Trevino, who to this day I love, he switched me to remedial math. And let me tell you guys, there were some dumb students there. I mean, my colegas. I mean, we were doing 12 times 20 or 12 plus 20. We're doing addition and subtraction. And I'm going like, "You're joking." I didn't know what remedial math was. Había unos burrotes ahí. And pues nombre, entra Erasmo y pues Erasmo's the brain. There was a lot of poop sticks in that class. But needless to say, I aced the course, the remedial math. But remedial math wouldn't count for me to graduate. So Mr. Trevino told me, "You're going to have to take a semester of something, algebra, calculus, something later on." I said, "I don't care." So I finished remedial math. And when I went to check my grades afterwards, I found out that they had made a mistake. And they had given me full credit for geometry. So I had my 2 years under my belt already. Ah! I think that, Mr. Trevino had something to do with that. He was so good to me. Ah! Had some chocolate on my tooth. Trey would probably say all proceeds will go to the beautification. No sé por qué, but I was thinking exactly the same thing. But I said, I don't know, the downtown. But I said zoo. Buenos dias, Joe Mama. I saw you pop up on my YouTube. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Great to see you in your morning show. Good to see you. He said, La Hermosa. This might anger some teachers, but I agree. Not everyone is college bound. A good plumber, mechanic, electrician, or oil field will worker make way more than I do. 100%. I know plumbers, guys, that make rake in $250,000 a year. A year. Electricians, $250,000 a year. A year. But you have to like what you're doing. If you don't like what you're doing, then it doesn't matter what you do. But yeah, not everyone should be a doctor. Not everyone should be a teacher. Not everyone should be an engineer. Not everyone should be a scientist. Some grow up to be poop sticks politicians. Yeah, 100%. We need more industrial arts in all high schools. HVAC, small engine, mechanics, drafting. Yes, we need more of these programs. We need individuals to leave high school with a well-rounded knowledge base. It's like we would. I was part of the Catch 22 program with Pat Nelson and Linda Gill and Yoli. Yoli passed away. I think Yolanda Garza. I think Garza was her last name. She was so pretty. She passed away. Este, Pat Nelson is still around. I love Pat. I run into her every so often. I love Pat. Linda Gill. I don't run into her as much, but I love Linda, despite the fact that I got upset with her a couple months back. It's okay. Again, guys, I get upset with a lot of people. It doesn't mean that I hate them or I dislike them. It's called being a grown up. I could have a conversation with Linda tomorrow and I'll be okay. But we're at the Catch 22 program. Catch 22 is Career Adjustment Training Center for the handicapped after the age of 22. And what we do there is prepare individuals to go out there and to cross the street, something that Ramona Diaz would do. You know, would teach home economics to a lot of our students, our special needs students. It was an amazing program. Ramona was amazing. I love Ramona Diaz. She knows that. And it was just really, really awesome. Custom, hold on, let me call. I got a bunch of messages. Let me finish off, and then I've got actually a lot of work to do. Join the military, learn a trade and skill, travel, make money, work for me. 100%. And look, guys, I'm very proud of a lot of our students that opt to go into the military. Man, more power to them. I love them. I don't think that I appreciate it, and I appreciated all students, but I appreciate these students even more because they were going out there and serving our country. Love them. Loved, loved, loved them. The same way children have an option to graduate with an associate's, there should be an option to graduate with a technical certification. Sam, we're on the same page, 100%. I completely agree. Can you imagine if someone started high school with welding during their freshman year, pipe fitting, plumbing? Be amazing. Leave high school with technical certification. Be amazing, guys. Amazing. Those folks get a job anywhere immediately, especially in our economy. Guys, our hour is up, and I actually wanted to speak about what was going on with uh, Jessica Gonzalez and all these things. But guys, I'll leave that pending for Monday morning at 9 o'clock. Guys, have a great, great weekend. I do have to do some work. I actually got crap load of messages, voice call, missed call, messages. bunch of stuff. So, and I have a translation to do. If anyone wants to help me out to do some work today, come by the office. I need an assistant today. It'd be great. Kids who can graduate, be EMT, welding, farming tech, and certification. Yes. Isn't that amazing, El Gallo? That's, I think, should be our ultimate goal. But it is what it is. Guys, have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. Guys, let's continue to unite. Let's continue to stay strong. We don't have to agree on everything, guys. We do have to remain courteous and cordial to each other. Como que hasta Monday morning? I don't do a show Saturday night. I rest and I prepare for my sermon on Sunday morning. I think I have it down already. Sam, stop by the office and let's do coffee here at the office, or take me to lunch, or come with me to church tomorrow. I love you, Sam. Guys, anyone wants to join me for church tomorrow, please let me know. I love y'all. They have a great rest of the day. Amazing weekend, folks. The unity above all else. Let's continue to fight the good fight. Be good to each other. And please continue to be good to me. God bless.